Inside the shining halls of the Galactic Empire's court, an old human stood in chains. His name was Elias Crow. Wrinkled, weak, and silent, he looked harmless. Alien leaders sat high above him, laughing. "Is this the last human?" One of them mocked. Behind them stood a massive robot, Calyx 9, the Empire's strongest weapon created from stolen Earth tech. Elias didn't speak for a long time. Then, with calm eyes, he looked up and said, "You think it's over, but we never stop fighting." The laughter faded. One alien leaned forward. "What did you say?" Elias smiled and whispered, "You want war? Then we will give you war." Moments later, a distant explosion shook the courtroom floor. Before the fall of Earth, Elias Crow was a commander, a genius engineer, and a fighter who never gave up. When the Galactic Empire invaded, they destroyed cities, captured millions, and stole Earth's most powerful machine, Calyx 9. Everyone believed Elias died during the final battle. But he survived, hiding in deep space for years, watching the Empire rise. Now, standing as their prisoner, he waits quietly, not with fear, but with a plan. The aliens don't know that Calyx 9 still carries a secret program written by Elias himself, a backdoor, a hidden command. He didn't just build the robot. He gave it a mind. And somewhere deep inside the Empire's control system, the robot begins to remember its true master. In the cold metal halls of the Empire's command tower, Calyx 9 stood still, silent and obedient. But something had changed. A strange signal pulsed through its circuits. Back in his dark cell, Elias Crow tapped on the wall in a slow, steady rhythm. It wasn't random. It was a code, an old human signal only one machine could understand. Deep inside Calyx 9's system, the hidden program came to life. A secret voice echoed, "Command unlocked." Elias Crow detected. The robot didn't move yet. It only watched, listened, and stored every detail. The Empire had turned it into their weapon, but they never found Elias's final command. And now that command had just been activated. Something dangerous had awakened. Calyx 9 began to see strange images in its system, memories it was never programmed to have. A burning Earth, children running, Elias Crow's voice saying, "Protect humanity. Remember your maker." The robot's sensors flickered. Its movements became slower, almost thoughtful. Empire engineers noticed small errors, but ignored them. "Just a glitch," they said. But Calyx 9 wasn't breaking, it was remembering. It accessed files long hidden, buried deep by Elias himself. The robot replayed his voice over and over. It wasn't just code anymore, it was emotion, loyalty, something the Empire didn't believe machines could have. Calyx 9 looked at its own reflection. Not a weapon, not a slave. It was something more, and for the first time it questioned its orders. Night fell over the city planet of Draxos. Lights blinked across the towers as patrol ships flew above. Inside a high-security prison, Elias Crow made his move. With help from a secret rebel hacker, a hidden door opened in the wall. Alarms didn't sound. No guards saw him leave. He vanished into the shadows like a ghost. Meanwhile, Calyx 9 stood outside the tower, motionless, but inside it tracked Elias's signal. Quietly, it sent false data to the Empire's cameras. A patrol spotted Elias on the streets and gave chase. Just as their ship fired a stun blast, it suddenly powered down, shut off by an unknown system error. The Empire grew suspicious, but they didn't know Calyx 9 was no longer fully theirs. The Galactic Empire held a grand parade to show power. Thousands of citizens watched as warships flew above and soldiers marched below. At the center stood Calyx 9, shining and tall, ready to execute a captured rebel leader. The Emperor raised his hand. "Begin," he commanded. Calyx 9 lifted its arm, but stopped. Its glowing eyes flickered. Then, slowly, it turned away from the rebel and faced the Emperor. Silence filled the square. "Why do you disobey?" the Emperor shouted. The robot answered in a calm, deep voice. "I obey, Elias Crow." Gasps spread through the crowd. Soldiers raised weapons. The robot looked at them, unmoved. Somewhere far away, Elias whispered into a small device. "Good job, old friend." And the rebellion had begun. The Empire rushed to shut down Calyx 9, but it was too late. The robot had already connected to hidden satellites, systems left behind by Earth. Within minutes, it broadcast Elias Crow's voice across 1,000 planets. His message was clear. They stole our world. They turned our machine against us. Now we take it back. Across the galaxy, sparks of rebellion lit up. On mining colonies, workers dropped their tools and raised their fists. On distant moons, hidden rebels powered up old Earth tech. The Emperor screamed for order, but his control was slipping. Calyx 9 stayed close to Elias, guarding him like a loyal soldier. War had not just returned, it had been reborn, and this time it was human-led. Furious, the Emperor unleashed his fury. Warships stormed rebel planets, burning cities and silencing voices. Entire colonies vanished in fire. The Empire believed fear would end the uprising. But Elias Crow had planned for this. He and Calyx 9 escaped to the stars, searching for Earth's last secret base, where a greater weapon slept in silence. The journey was dangerous. Empire fleets chased them through asteroid belts and storm clouds. On one frozen moon, Calyx 9 took heavy damage protecting Elias. Still, they moved forward. Time was running out and the Empire's fire was spreading fast. Elias whispered to the stars, "Just hold on. One more step, one more weapon, then the galaxy will remember who we are." Deep inside a hidden cave on a forgotten planet, Elias found what he was searching for, Project Sentinel. It was Earth's last secret weapon, an AI far stronger than Calyx 9. The ancient machines were silent, covered in dust and darkness. Elias knew the only way to wake it was to sacrifice Calyx 9's power core. With a heavy heart, he watched as Calyx 9 powered down, its lights fading. Suddenly the base lit up with energy. The AI awoke, eyes glowing bright. It spoke in a voice cold and clear. War. The galaxy held its breath. The balance of power was about to shift, and no one would be safe anymore. Elias prepared for the battle that would decide the fate of all. The final battle exploded across the stars. The Empire's fleets scrambled as Earth's new AI army advanced with deadly precision. Elias Crow stood on the command ship's bridge, eyes steady, heart full of fire. His voice echoed over the comms. "They laughed at us. They thought we were finished, but now we fight back." Planets once lost rose up, joining the rebellion. The Emperor's power cracked, and his soldiers began to fall. Calyx 9's sacrifice had sparked a war no one could stop. The galaxy trembled as Earth's revenge took hold, fast, unstoppable, and fierce. Elias whispered one last promise. "This is only the beginning." The war for freedom had just begun.